Welcome to AutoChronicles. This week we have a video called Hop on the Bandwagon. It's a 1959 Chevrolet station wagon and convertible comparison video. So, pretty interesting. Talks about some market share growth in station wagons, interest. So maybe it's the predecessor to the end of the sedan and movement towards the SUV we all drive today. Pretty much all drive today. So anyways, like, comment, and subscribe if you would. Try to keep ads at a minimum. I don't want to pound them down your throat like a lot of guys do. YouTube will monetize this video whether I do or not. So you might start seeing ads. I do not want to monetize it. I really don't care. But try to keep a video once a week. And so thanks for watching, and see you next week.
A bandwagon's a great place to be. Lots of people. And this year's car buying bandwagon has lots of station wagon and convertible buyers. Station wagon buyers have tripled in the last 5 years. In '53, wagons accounted for only 4.8% of total car production. Last year, wagons took nearly 16% of the market. But equally important, 30% of all owners say they'll buy a wagon next. For the 6th consecutive year, convertibles have taken a greater share of the market, accounting for 4.2% in 1958. Yes, more and more people are scrambling on the wagon. Remember, Ford and Plymouth salesmen are on board too. Where there are lots of people, there are plenty of salesmen, including competitive salesmen with their stories to tell. So you need a solid, complete selling story. Your selling story on Chevrolet wagons and convertibles starts off with a big set of advantages built into any Chevrolet model that the buyer doesn't get in any Ford or Plymouth model. You know these advantages. They've been covered in a number of 1959 model comparison meetings. You have everything from safety master brakes to full coil suspension, from turbo glide to safety girder frame, from safety plate glass to body by Fisher. Naturally, some of these across-the-board features take on new importance to convertible and station wagon prospects. That is, a glamour-conscious convertible prospect usually places special importance on Chevrolet's all-new styling or magic mirror finish. A station wagon prospect can well be especially impressed with the quiet, smooth ride, the result of many features all Chevrolets have. All well and good, but right now, we'll concentrate on special station wagon and convertible advantages. Suppose we compare wagons first. Let's start with Ford and the matter of usable space. Here's a carton, 84 inches by 45 inches by 26 inches. This carton will fit into any Chevrolet wagon, and the tailgate will go up to protect it. It's an example of many objects that will fit into a Chevrolet wagon, but won't fit into a Ford wagon. The main thing is this: the inches and dimensions we take up can make the difference between being able to load something into a wagon or not getting it in. So, punch home Chevrolet's space advantages. Comparing 6-passenger wagons with the second seat up in any series, Chevrolet can haul 1.2 cubic feet more than Ford. In any wagon, Chevrolet has 5.6 inches more load width behind the front seat, almost 1 inch more load width between the wheel houses, and 3.3 inches more rear opening width than Ford. Comparing 6-passenger models with the tailgate raised and the second seat down, Chevrolet has almost 1 inch more load length than Ford. With the second seat up, Chevrolet has almost 2 inches more load length than Ford. Now, when you lower the tailgate on 6-passenger wagons and with the second seat down, Chevrolet has 4.8 inches more load length to the end of the tailgate than Ford. With the second seat up, Chevrolet has 6.2 inches more load length than Ford. Comparing 9-passenger models, Chevrolet has these load length advantages over Ford. almost 1 inch more with the tailgate raised and second and third seats down, 4.8 inches more with tailgate lowered and second and third seats down, and 3.9 inches more with the tailgate lowered and the third seat down. Stress Chevrolet's roll-down rear window sell the ease of operation, the handy concealed crank, and the electrical operation from any of 3 locations on the Kingswood. Contrast all these to Ford's liftgate, the awkward opening and closing procedure, the danger of a person bumping his head against the overhang, and the additional Ford parts that can rattle and go wrong. Show prospects the panel support and the hold-down bolt and nut for securing the spare tire in Chevrolet 6-passenger wagons. That's why the tire rides rattle-free. What about Ford? No panel support, no bolt and nut to hold the spare tire. In the Kingswood, the spare tire is concealed behind a special panel and can be removed without disturbing the cargo or lowering the third seat. But in Ford, you must move the cargo and fold the third seat before you can get to the spare tire. It's easier to convert Chevrolet's second seat into cargo space. The seat back folds right down on the seat cushion. But converting Ford's second seat takes a more involved procedure. The cushion must be pivoted into place, and then the seat back must be swung into position. Compare Chevrolet's Lookout Lounge seat in the Kingswood with Ford's forward-facing third seat in the Country Squire and Country Sedan. Chevrolet passengers enter and leave at the rear without disturbing other passengers. A courtesy light illuminates the entrance area. But Ford third-seat passengers must crawl past second-seat passengers, and Ford offers no courtesy light. Adults in Chevrolet's third seat sit in a more natural position, with an unrestricted view and with plenty of foot space because there is no drive shaft tunnel. The foam cushion pad is fully supported by springs. Ford's higher-than-normal third seat means less headroom and awkward hunching forward, and only the forward portion of Ford's seat pad is supported by springs. Chevrolet's Lookout Lounge is just the thing for children. There is a certain air of privacy and a wide view, and there's greater safety than in Ford because children can't be pitched forward out of the seat during sudden stops. Chevrolet's third seat is self-storing, converts easily into cargo space. There's a concealed stowage space for valuables of over 3½ cubic feet when the seat is converted. In Ford, the thin back and seat cushions must be removed and the floor folded flat, and Ford has no concealed stowage space. In four-door 6- and 9-passenger models, Chevrolet has 1.5 inches more front seat headroom, 1.9 inches more second seat headroom, and 2.2 inches more third seat headroom than Ford. And Chevrolet has more legroom than Ford, 2 inches more at the front seat, and 1.9 inches more at the second seat. Chevrolet has more shoulder room than Ford, 3.8 inches more at the front seat, 2.2 inches more at the second seat, and 1.5 inches more at the third seat. Here are Chevrolet's hip room advantages over Ford. 5.7 inches more at the front seat, 5.5 inches more at the second seat, and nearly 1 inch more at the third seat. All Chevrolet wagons have 800 by 14 tires as standard equipment. Ford wagons have 750 by 14 tires. Chevrolet's wider tires add to stability, take more abuse, and soften the ride. The windshield in any Chevrolet wagon is 480 square inches larger than Ford's. And Chevrolet has more total glass area, 340 square inches more in two-door wagons and 344 more in four-door wagons. You also have extra standard equipment to offer. There's the glove box light in Parkwood, Kingswood, and Nomad wagons. A light isn't available in any Ford station wagon. An electrically operated rear window is standard on the Kingswood. Backup lights, electric clock, and parking brake alarm are standard on the Chevrolet Nomad. No Ford station wagon has a roll-down rear window of any type. Backup lights and clock are extra cost on all Ford wagons, but a brake alarm isn't even available. The headlining in all Chevrolet wagons is a rich vinyl design that's pleasant to look at, easy to clean, and durable. The hardboard lining in Ford is stiff, less durable, and presents a cheap appearance. So you see why you have a more impressive station wagon selling story than Ford. Your station wagon selling story over Plymouth's is also superior, important. Start with cargo compartment dimensions. Chevrolet has 3.5 inches more load width behind the front seat, almost 1 inch more load width between the wheelhouses, and 1.6 inches more rear opening width than Plymouth. When you compare distances in any wagon between the top of the seats and the top of the raised tailgate, Chevrolet has more load length than Plymouth. Nearly 1 inch more between the second seat and the tailgate, and 2.5 inches more between the front seat and the gate. Every extra inch in the back of a Chevy wagon means you can get things in easily, things that you can't even get into a Plymouth wagon, so they rest on the floor when the tailgate is up. Take the matter of converting seats to cargo floors. In a Chevrolet wagon, it's a simple operation of pushing the seat back down on the seat cushion. In Plymouth, you must pivot the seat cushion out of the way and then swing the seat back into place. Comparing four-door models, both 6 and 9 passenger, Chevrolet has 1.9 inches more second seat headroom, almost 1 inch more second seat legroom, and nearly 1/2 inch more third seat legroom than Plymouth. Chevrolet has more hip room than Plymouth, over 3 inches more at the front seat, 4 inches more at the second seat, and almost 1 inch more at the third seat. Chevrolet windshields are 296 square inches bigger than Plymouth's, and that's in any series. And in four-door wagons, Chevrolet has 55 square inches more total glass area than Plymouth. In tires, too, Chevrolet has the advantages. 800 by 14 standard on all station wagons. 6-passenger Plymouth models use smaller 750 by 14 tires. In the Kingswood, the spare tire is inside the car where it's easily accessible. Plymouth spare in 9-passenger custom and sport Suburbans is mounted outside the car in a panel behind the rear wheel where it's exposed to road dirt and more awkward to get at. Vinyl headlining and vinyl-coated linoleum on the cargo floor in Chevrolet wagons take punishment and are easy to clean. Plymouth's stiff hardboard headlining and rubber floor covering are less durable and look cheap. Compare standard equipment. All Chevrolet wagons have a glove box lock, and Parkwood, Kingswood, and Nomad wagons have a glove box light. Locks are extra cost on all Plymouth wagons. What's more, no glove box light is available on any Plymouth wagon. Parking brake alarm, electric clock, and backup lights are standard on the Chevrolet Nomad. Backup lights are extra cost on all Plymouth wagons. You pay extra for a clock in custom and deluxe Suburbans, and Plymouth doesn't offer a brake alarm. Here's another feature on Chevrolet wagons: two-way manual control of the dome light, with the main light switch and a switch on the light itself. Dome lights in Plymouth wagons are manually controlled with a switch on the dome light only. All these add up to a strong selling story over Plymouth wagons. In '59, you have the wagons with the advantages over Ford and Plymouth, feature for feature, dollar for dollar. Now, what about convertibles? Chevrolet's Impala versus Ford's Galaxy Sunliner and Plymouth's Sport Fury and Belvedere models. We all know that convertible buyers are usually style conscious. They appreciate the touches of richness that add to the glamour of a convertible. On the outside, the Impala convertible has these touches of extra richness. Bright, rich moldings on top of the front fenders, on the center of the rear deck, and around the rear license plate recess. Ford and Plymouth convertibles lack these exclusives. Here's another exterior exclusive which is on the Impala and not on the Ford Galaxy Sunliner. Special side molding across the full length of the car. The Impala's vinyl Chevrolet top is waterproof and tightly fitted to prevent ballooning. Thick pads between the top bows and top prevent drumming noises. Ford uses any of three tops: rayon, nylon, or vinyl. But the rayon and nylon tops require a bulky underliner to make them waterproof. And Ford's looser-fitting tops have no bow pads. That's why Ford's tops balloon and drum excessively. Electronic fusing assures smooth, waterproof seams in important stress areas of the Impala Chevrolet top. Seams in Ford and Plymouth tops are conventionally stitched. Stitching perforates the material and allows water to settle between the top and underliner. This trapped water can stain and rot Ford and Plymouth tops. The Impala's snug-fitting top boot features a full-length clip at the front and concealed fasteners, another Chevy first. Ford and Plymouth still use exposed fasteners that detract from the smooth lines so necessary in convertible styling. Backup lights are standard on the Impala convertible and extra cost on Plymouth. And inside, the Impala has bright metal front seat end panels, longer armrests with safety reflectors and fingertip door handles, and dual rear ashtrays. Ford and Plymouth convertibles don't have any of these luxury car appointments. The Impala has a glove box light, parking brake alarm, a rear seat speaker grill, foam rubber rear seat cushion, and electric clock as standard equipment. These items are either extra cost or not available at all on Ford and Plymouth convertibles. Show people the other interior exclusives the Impala has over Ford. Sports car style steering wheel, full bright metal trim across the whole width of the instrument panel, and bright metal control knobs. Carpet-textured vinyl-coated rubber floor mats in the Impala take scuffing and are easy to clean. Ford's Galaxy Sunliner and Plymouth's Sport Fury use harder-to-clean cloth carpets that water-soak and show wear. The Plymouth Belvedere has dull-looking, ordinary rubber floor mats. In front, the Impala has these room advantages over Ford: 1.9 inches more leg room, 3.8 inches more shoulder room, and 5.9 inches more hip room. In back, the Impala has 1/2 inch more headroom than Ford, 3.9 inches more hip room, and 4.7 inches more shoulder room. Compared with Plymouth convertibles, the Impala has 3.3 inches more front hip room and over 1 inch more rear leg room. Even though the Impala is 2.5 inches lower than Ford and the same height as Plymouth, it has more room inside. Yes, the Impala is a 6-passenger car. The Impala windshield is 452 square inches bigger than Ford's and 125 inches bigger than Plymouth's. And the rear window of the Impala is 83 square inches bigger than Plymouth's. In total glass area, the Impala has 200 square inches more than Ford and 131 square inches more than Plymouth. Any way you judge convertibles, the Impala is more car than Ford's and Plymouth's. Yes, the Impala sets the pace with more style, more richness, more exclusives, and more practical features. In the Impala convertible, in any Chevrolet station wagon, you have the leaders to sell. And you have the extra advantages to sell in the expanding wagon and convertible selling fields. So you can really hop on the bandwagon to more sales and earnings.
Please like and subscribe to stay tuned for more videos.